Huh. Interesting. Is this really working? It said the SD card was full, but I literally can't see anything on my screen. But like data, I have to try to press all the right buttons, and I think I did it. I ghosted it. Oh well, we'll see how that works. Um, this glare is amazing. Blah blah blah. Bleep bleep bleep. Bleep. Okay, well, I left the last video talking about female narcissist, a female who suffers from narcissism. And then when you're around her, you have to suffer from it as well. You end up just putting up with them when you see them. It's not very nice. And the last time I saw this woman, she was peppering me with her pathological behavioral disorder again. And I figured, it was probably the last time I'd ever see her. You sort of know when that is. It's like, eventually, once you break the energy down and you get through your anger, they'll eventually just lose contact with you. And you might end up shopping somewhere different. Your life might change. Because any opportunity, any flank, or any front of your health that you fight on is going to help the whole war, essentially. So if you're dealing with anything, it can help you fight the war with everything that is evil. So anything that's the least bit evil, you can say, well, glad it's just this. You can do that. Changes other things in your life. So things change. And I've known people who are narcissistic, different genders, never really lesbians. They're probably the one group that's never been violent to me. So that's why I like them so much. They obviously have nicer people. Not that they're just a group, but I don't have any friends, but it's like, I've had friends that probably would have made better lesbians than whatever they were. But, I think if I was a woman, I'd want to be a lesbian. Maybe I'm a lesbian trapped in a man's body. They're like, I could actually be, I wonder if they would let me be a lesbian. I don't think so. You think you have to have a vagina. But maybe I could be, maybe lesbians, I would put it to your councils of lesbianism to come up with something, some gender that I could opt to be, that would be somewhere within the vicinity of being patterned after lesbians, but for someone who unfortunately has a penis. So if you can work on that for me, whoa, you can sign me. I just almost slipped. You can sign me up. Call me Lesbo Baggins. I've still got the bag, but I haven't got the sack. You know what I mean? Santa's red sack has lots of gifts he wants to shove into your dark tube. So your dead tree comes back to life. It's like, I love how the center of Christmas, the Christmas tree, is dead. And its life is a celebration of death. Do you get that? You put it in the pot, whatever, or it's plastic, and it just slowly dies over Christmas. What do you think the trees think of that? I think that's humorous. You grow little baby trees so you can see what your little babies are doing. And 3 months later, the baby Jesus is going to be tortured. So his whole existence is measures of death. So Christians basically, or pagans, if you will, because they're always paying. I'm not a pagan, by the way. I'm a witch. I'm a druid. I'm a satanic witch, warlock, but I'm not a fucking pagan. I'm not a neo-pagan. I hate fucking paganism. It's a cheap fucking knockoff fucking religion for white people. But like any cult, you can get something from it. You can get something from any cult. You could probably get something from me. If nothing else, the common cold. It's like, I have something to give people. AIDS. Don't say I've never gave you anything. Yeah, something to write. Give someone a card if you give them AIDS. Like, well, you can't say I never gave you anything. That's some cruel fucking humor, dude. That's like, whoa, whoa. Look, it looks like feet, right? It's like they move slowly. Do you believe that an earthquake, Richter 10, took all these trees down at one point? And that's why they're all so young? No. Look at this area, okay? You live on an island, you live on the coast, it's right near the water, so they can export logs really easy. So they've been harvesting all the fucking wood here for hundreds of years, right? So think about that, right? Building their fucking dynasties and whatnot, right? Okay? They control all the resources in the world, right? If you own 1,000 acres of land in the United States and an oil company comes onto your property and finds oil, right? And you say, oh, you can't drill there. That's my land. Well, unless you own the mineral rights, and maybe even if you do, the government can help them exert eminent domain and give them permission because you don't own the oil. You don't own what's under your land. You don't own your land all the way to the earth's core. You don't have a wedge, right? You have a hedge, right? You have the surface loam. You don't own anything, really. You own nothing. The government can do whatever it wants on your land. You're not a sovereign little country. You live at the mercy of your owners. And the only reason you do that is because so many of you do whatever the fuck they want you to, right? You all got to stand and do your place as a pawn. You all got to stand your fucking corpse up and say, yeah, I'm going to count myself among that fucking number as the saints go fucking marching on, advancing the realm of death. So, yeah, it's a sick fucking witchcraft world. And I hate people. I hate what it does to them. I hate that they become really sort of demonic, two-faced motherfuckers everywhere you go. It's very hard to find fidelity with other human beings. Like, Jay's a nice guy, but I met this guy around here, but he's always laughing. He laughs after everything I say. He laughs after everything he says. And it's a nervous habit that he has. And that's okay, you know, I'm sure he comes by it naturally. It's like, wow, it's kind of noticeable. You know, I think I'm a bit older than he is. I'm probably like 10 or 15 years older, so. I don't really know people very well. His dog is nice. I like seeing him. You know, I have nervous things in my life too. They just aren't as obvious, I guess. But anyway, so yeah, a lot of women suffer from like industrial narcissism because relationships of all kinds are set up by training to be relationships involved with mutual annihilation. That's why marriages end up to be mutual annihilation. So there is some value to listening to what I have to say. You know, this is the worst of it, right? So if you study diseases, you find out what the nature of the disease and you go, okay, how do we keep that out of my life? Well, one step is probably to know what it is and to respect the fact that this isn't always the worst thing because human nervous system is dealing with it. In fact, the reason that people can be narcissists is because their nervous system has been dealing with narcissism since before they were born, and their parents. And so a psychopath, a narcissist, or someone whose behavior you find is violent or passive-aggressive, and that of the group entire, which is all very difficult to do because, you know, we need groups and so forth, and it sucks. And it sucks that some people have more advantage in an environment where violence is inevitable. That breaks down quite well. In fact, human groups break down basically on who can hurt whom and how, right? And so, you know, people can become narcissistic because their immune system is dealing with narcissism, right? Right? Disease, in its operation and its desires, as we imagine viruses perhaps, which don't really exist, but we imagine what attacks human beings is disintegrating energy, not violence, right? When you get the flu, your body is de-stressing from your environment. That's all. And the suggestion that you can have the flu is one of the ways your body can get away with getting evil out of its system without creating a worse situation than when it started. So it goes into sepsis, produces snot, produces this, temperature changes, chills, right? Your liver gets chilled, right? When evil is attacking you and it's overwhelmed the strong, powerful hungers of the liver and taxed it with too much poison. And it goes cold because now you need to throw up the poison, right? You're going to have abdominal cramps. Your whole body's going to do the opposite of what it's supposed to. Your shit is going to come out of your mouth. It's going to sweat. You're going to have temperature changes. And this wonderful little environment called your body is going to start to be like hell on earth, right? That's the flu, right? And it comes from domestic abuse, industrial poisoning. It's not a virus. You don't get a vaccine to stay away from it, except as a placebo, and not even then, right? Because it weakens your immune system, right? Right? A vaccine is a very important thing where religion and science and medicine and Everything that humans do that they think they do well comes together in the vaccine. Everything you want to learn about the world, learn in a vaccine. Jonas Salk was an actor. He didn't invent a cure for polio. He invented a stronger strain of polio. And then they changed the definition of it. Because polio itself was never polio. One of the effects of polio was paralysis. Paralysis doesn't come from polio. It comes from industrial poisoning and domestic abuse and the oppression of the behavioral disorders of generations of slaves. Okay? But they don't want you to know that. So they call it polio. And they have vaccines for it. And then polio goes on and they move on to AIDS or they move on to cancer. Right? Which is not cancer. It's white people. It's the parasitical nature of human beings when they live in oppression. And the sepsis that they suffer from, even as children, because their parents basically are monsters. And you're eating your own children alive because of all of the costs of everything you've done to survive, which is very difficult. Right? Parents feel guilty that their children have cancer. You should. You gave it to them. You should change your fucking life. Diseases suffered by children are diseases suffered by a family. Right? If the whole family suffers from cancer, your child will live. If only your child has cancer, your child might die. Right? They can chop that tumor out, but someone chopped your child like a tumor out of their life. You've got to welcome them back again. You've got to get more integrating energy into the nervous system than disintegrating energy. You could become a vegan, that's one way, but food control is just one way of trying to approach the orders of purifying and restorative intelligence which maintain proper to the animal estate of your birth. In other words, your instincts. And the instincts of people that I've met who have survived terminal illness has almost in every case told them to pack their bags and get away from every fucking person they know, especially their family. Every fucking survivor of terminal disease that I've ever met got the fuck away from their home, hundreds and thousands of miles away. I never had any chronic issues in my health when I wasn't living around female predators or family members. Isn't it amazing? And to make that connection, not because some people are so bad, but because before we can figure out why the world is the way it is and give our minds some peace, we also have to stay fucking alive. That's job one. Then you could reflect upon why the fuck it is. Why the fuck you're getting sick around your dad or your mom. Because he likes the fact that you had big boobs at the age of 16 and he loved ballroom dancing with you because lo and behold, people looked at him and they looked at you and they thought, hey, lucky guy, right? Some men, young girls give me a lot of attention and some men really, really like that. They suck it up. Hey, ladies, fathers to their daughters worship them. They suck it up. They eat it all up, don't they? Right? They enjoy being able to coach their soccer team. They're ingratiated to a world where they get to come in frequent contact with young girls who worship them. They don't need to fuck them. They just love all the energy they give them. Right? Oh, Coach Johansson. Those were the best years of my life, And they go on trips with them and they stay in hotels, And these guys love coaching girls volleyball, girls hockey, girls everything. Right? And they give them a lot of estrogen. These men just feed off of it. And they're nice, whatever. It's nice to be ingratiated to being around young girls. They have lots of wonderful energy, but I don't want it. Right? Give them some fence posts. They don't need a coach, they need a fence post to go fuck. Right? They're young animals. What do you think they want? They're physical, they're mental, they're crazy. They grow up in an institutional world. Right? They need order and structure, not because that's what a human needs, but because otherwise they go out of their fucking minds, right? And the rest of their lives is going to be order and structure, because otherwise you go out of your fucking mind. You need it like an insane criminal. Men and women, they don't have their order and structure. I mean, real order and structure. They'll fucking lose it, because they have lowered inhibitions about so many things, right? They love the status quo. They love working within the financial parameters. Because they know, they've already decided that's the only game there is, and they're going to win. Whereas people like me, we sit back and go, I'm never going to win because I don't like the game. Okay? The game conditions are impossible because the game conditions of everything for the general population are always the game conditions for losers. You always lose. Even when you win, you lose. In your life, you will always lose. The royalty always win. And until you figure that out, you're a danger to yourself and others, whether you like it or not. Whether you live any life, happiness, religion, economic status, you're a danger to yourself and others. And I cannot convince another fucking human being to listen to me, to take me seriously. It's like you don't want to fucking live. You don't want to be decent people, and yet you're born so pure. I wouldn't talk to children, but I bet you the babies of the world would really like me. The babies of the world are going, keep talking, right? Don't let them take us again. Hi. Hello. I like how you appear on the scene. Hello. Hello. All right. He's just like, hello. You know, you as a baby, you want this. You want some dude out there like me. Fuck you. Make the way. Don't make way for Jesus. Make way for your fucking children, motherfucker. Push the world away. Push the banks away. Push the doctors and the syringes and the wars and the TV and the fucking video games and everything in the narcissistic world that gives you everything you want, but it will never fucking satisfy you because you're never going to get the one thing you need. What I want to fucking offer you. You can't take from me. The only way to get satisfied by me, motherfucking world, is if you let me fucking offer it to you. And when I'm good and fucking ready, I'll give you what I fucking want to give you. People say, oh, you should work. I'll give you what you want when I fucking want to. People that say I should work, they just want me to give them something. They're part of that world that says, no, you got to give the world what it needs and then get what you need. Fuck you. I'm not part of a narcissistic fucking relationship that kills our fucking babies, even as they breathe. Like fucking Oliver Twist, who's supposedly lucky because no one fucking cares or loves him. That's the opening fucking paragraph of one of the greatest books in the English canon. What the fuck do you think I'm talking about? I know what I'm fucking talking about. I'm a witch. I fucking studied the English world. I've studied its fucking language. It's a dead fucking language. It's a language of the dead. And I'm not a dead man, in case you haven't noticed. I'm not fucking dead yet. And I'm never gonna fucking be dead. And you're not gonna fucking kill me with your stupidity. Right? The babies of the world, you should push away the fucking banks. Push away the TV. Push away the fucking agony. Go fucking be a man. Go fucking be a woman. Go fucking confront the real pain of the world. But these working class women, these upper class women, they never face a fucking thing in their lives. It's all fashion, pubic hair, fucking pap smears, their fucking jobs. Yeah, they say they're children. They never fucking learn a fucking thing by themselves their entire fucking life. They live within some sort of infantile bubble, like some sort of living experiment in some sort of Hollywood soundstage. You know, go look at their YouTube channels. Hi, I'm Margaret. On my channel, I want you to think about being lovely. Today we're going to do our makeup. You know? You think that any given human being isn't acquainted with the darkness of this world? Why the fuck aren't we teaching our children how to live in the darkness as well as the light? Right? Love and light is nothing without darkness. You get people that are all positive and not negative, they're the most dangerous motherfuckers in the world. And by the way, that's just a restatement of what some of the greatest authors and thinkers in history have already said, including Mark Twain and Niccolo Machiavelli. You think they're fucking stupid? Hey? You think they're fucking stupid? Plenty of fucking people know what I'm talking about. Along with Aldous Huxley. How are these books always saying the same thing that I'm saying? How is that fucking possible? Because they're talking about fucking pain. They're talking about fucking abnormal psychology. And the shit you don't want to think about. That makes humans as positive as they are, and as sick as they are, as hardworking as they are, as beautiful as they are, as fuckable as they are, as ugly as they are, as demented as they are, as stupid as they are, as everything as they are. Like there's nothing that humans are that hasn't been made by this fucking degenerate dark world that nobody wants to look at. And it's your fucking creator. That's your fucking Lord Almighty. That's all fucking God there, who disowns his own fucking son before he puts him on a fucking cross. And you think you're his child? You think he's adopted you? Because you don't want to fucking admit that you've been orphaned by your own parents to satisfy God's insatiable lust for your flesh, so the royalty can keep themselves in fucking silk fucking toilet paper and handkerchiefs? Fuck you. You should be ashamed of yourself. People call themselves men and women. You're not even fucking standing up straight. You're not even fucking erect yet. But you can fucking wiggle your boobies, get dicks in your vagina. You can fuck your wife and make a child and earn a fucking paycheck. But you don't even fucking have the guts to look at the world you live in. It's so nice to be healthy enough to have a positive day. A me day. Cha-la-la-la. It's all things that need to be said. I mean, someone's got to say it, right? It's like, you had me at go fuck yourself, you know what I mean? Like, no, I don't want any part of this world. First thing it tells you is go fuck yourself. The first daycare I was put in, 2 white women told me to go fuck myself, and I pissed my pants and sat in a dark corner. My parents came. They didn't think I had recall at the age of 2.5 and 3. I had full fucking recall. My subconscious was born fucking working like a fucking animal, man. Right? My fucking subconscious I was speaking the English language before I was fucking born. My mother's womb was a university of my motherfucking tongue, and everything that you or your people ever tried to suck the life of it out of me. I fucking know what I'm talking about. I didn't even like my mother when I was born. My first words were, "I don't like you." She didn't hear them though. But I was speaking fluent English. Right? Babies can talk, motherfucker. Ingrates, sadistic pieces of shit. You're so deprived and stupid, you can't even talk to your children. You don't even think they can fucking reason. When the spirit of fucking reason made their own finger and toes, you're like, oh, biology, the fingers and toes, the ovum, and the gamete. The spirit of reason is my fucking spirit, motherfucker. And I wouldn't have the lips on my fucking face if that wasn't my fucking spirit. You cunt bag. Humans got to take that back to themselves. Most white people don't even think their children have reason. It's like saying they don't fucking have balls and uteruses. You fucking cunt bag. You're so fucking slope-eyed. Your brow ridges are so fucking extended. It's like, just shut up and go to the tractor pull. Leave me alone. Just go to your tractor pulls. Go pull your little fucking tiny little dickie. Leave it to the real men. And so these little twats put me in a dark corner, pissing my pants. And when my mom and dad came to pick me up, they didn't say fuck about it. There's your white daycare specialist. And as a man now, a studied man, I've met women who work in daycares, and they're all psychos. And the best I can say is I think there's an occupational hazard of being around children every day. It turns you into a complete cunt. Hello. Oh. Okay. Thanks. Do you understand why I thought? Okay. Well, we're making good time. I said to my mom I'd probably be home early, and I think I will. I started early. I've been having a good walk. I could probably slow down. I could take the long way home and go down. What's that road called? Oh, we'll see. And head through the estuary. I haven't been there for a while, and I am making good time. I'll check the time in a second. If I had to guess, I do this. I'll turn off the camera and check. But if I had to guess what time it is, shit, I started about 8. I think it's probably about 1 o'clock. Maybe 12:38. Let's give it a shot.